A historic day for the Supreme Court. The Apex Court has begun live streaming of the Constitution Bench hearings. Starting today, all hearings by the Constitutional Bench will be streamed live to the public, barring cases that involve national security. Ashmit joins us now with more. Ashmit, take us through the cases that were heard today.
Well, it's in this exact day, exactly 4 years back, when Justice Deepak Mishra-led bench of the Apex Court had held that sunlight is the best disinfectant, and with those words, at least in principle, had allowed for live streaming of court proceedings to take place. That idea has been taking root for the last 4 years, and finally, it's been put into action by Justice Lalit. Justice Lalit made today the first day when actual proceedings from the Apex Court could be viewed by the public, you and I, through our devices, phones, laptops, by way of links that were specially put out in the public domain. The first time ever it's happening. Keep in mind that it's still restricted. Not all court proceedings are available for public viewing. Only constitution benches. Constitution benches are 5 judges of the Apex Court, a bench of 5 judges or more. These proceedings are being made available to the public. It's been welcomed by very many members of the legal fraternity who've hailed it as a measure of introducing more transparency and accountability, and of course doing away with the mystery of what happens inside the top court when key matters of national significance are being decided. Speaking of national significance, the Supreme Court Constitution Bench was hearing and in fact reserved a judgment on the challenge to reservations being provided to EWS category persons. Then there was also the dispute between the Delhi government as well as the centre on control over the national capital. And finally, of course, there was the issue of factions within the Shiv Sena fighting amongst themselves for supremacy. In fact, one key aspect, one key takeaway, of course, will be tomorrow when the Constitution Bench takes up a challenge to the 2016 demonetization exercise, something that impacted all of us and will, of course, be attracting a lot of eyeballs. But speaking of action from the courtrooms, we get you a glimpse of the action. In fact, these are the arguments that were exchanged in the battle between the various factions of Shiv Sena before the top court. We get you a quick glimpse from the top court of the country. Take a look.
According to the office of the CM, the proceedings in the assembly are all under really a cloud, or they are subject to the decision of the petition.
Correct.
And therefore, according to you, the proceedings before the ECI are an offshoot of what has happened before.
Disqualification or not of an MLA has no bearing whatsoever of a member of a political party to approach the EC. I have never heard in the democratic world that an elected government for a period of 5 years through these machinations is toppled.
There is no need of disqualification, and they want to run away from the question of actual disqualification because the new speaker has come. So, in short, my lord, I would like.
Thank you.
It is putting the cart before the horse. I don't understand why a constitution bench can't decide the basic issue and the election commission will wait. What is the value? What is the urgency? What is the balance of convenience? It is to make it irreversible.
He directed that there shall be no stay of the proceedings before the election commission. The IA is seeking stay shall accordingly stand dismissed.
Very grateful. Extremely grateful.
It is allowed.
History made today in the Supreme Court. News from the aviation space. Jet Airways will not be taking to the skies necessarily this month. The spokesperson of the Jalan Kalrock Consortium has told CNBC-TV18 that the airline had targeted to launch the initial fleet plan in preparation for opening the sale of tickets soon. So targeting October, not committing to it just yet, trying to track as close to it as possible. Reliance Retail has launched a new fashion and lifestyle departmental store format called Reliance Centro, with the first store opening in Delhi's Basant Kunj. Targeted at the mid-premium segment, Centro will house products across categories like apparel, footwear, cosmetics, luggage and accessories. The launch of the new format, similar to Future Group Central Mall, comes months after Reliance took over more than 800 stores of Future Retail, including Big Bazaar, FBB and Centro. And it's time now for us to take a look at the key headlines in the startup world. Arundhati Ramanan joins us now with more. Aru, over to you.
Thank you so much for that. Let's start with the key headlines from the startup world. Razorpay acquires Poshwine, a fintech startup that offers payments-linked loyalty and engagement solutions to banks. payment networks and businesses for an undisclosed amount. More from the acquisition space. Blockchain-based data exchange platform Verismart acquires AI startup Dolphin Chat for an undisclosed sum as well. Verismart will be investing $4 million in the Dolphin Chat platform over the next 24 months. In fundraising news, Chumbak raises 3 crore rupees through revenue-based financing platform Club. The company will use the fresh funds to place orders of merchandise and push discovery of its online platforms. And in global news, Elucidata, a tech bio company, raises $16 million in a Series A round led by 8 Road Ventures. The capital will be used to deepen product capabilities in translational drug research and allied markets and accelerate global expansion. And with that, it is back to you.
Arundhati, many thanks for joining us. That is the Startup Snapshot for tonight. With that, it is time for us to wrap up this edition of India Business Hour. Thanks very much for watching. Stay tuned. The news continues here on CNBC-TV18.